Hey dude, I got your email last night, wanted to go over kind of the stuff that I'm looking for, the scap work and these parallel pass-throughs that I was talking about. The thing that I'm looking for, because your shoulder's kind of jacked up right now, I still want to be able to work on getting overhead. I want to be able to work on some pushing, but we need to be able to keep things light, and I want to keep things as close to the most basic functionality of movement. So it's going to look like a lot of unilateral stuff. It's going to look like a lot of just scap movement. If we can kind of focus just on the basics of the shoulder movement and back movement with the scapular retractions and extensions, and then we can move from there once your shoulder starts to feel a little bit better. But I want to keep that joint healthy and try and get as much like well-rounded movement in that area without trying to jack your elbow up. So this would be, if you would think about like kind of the face pulls that we did, or like the banded pull aparts, this would be a much more like vertical press version of kind of just taking some of those little movements and trying to balance your shoulder out. So I've got 2 kettlebells here. We can do this with 1 kettlebell. We can do this however you want. We're basically going to put these overhead. This angle isn't the greatest, but I'm kind of by myself in our little room up here. So we're gonna go straight overhead, holding that stability, squeezing our butt, flexing our abs, working on that overhead. And what I want from here is just add a little bit of dynamic movement, compress the scapula back, and then press as hard as we can. So we're basically getting our arms over our head and then working that full range in our scapula. I don't know if this is going to put any pressure on something. I'd love it if we could keep it just as light as possible, and we can go move from there. This is another one that I want you to kind of play with, see how it's gonna go. The idea, we're gonna start parallels here, squeezing our butt very much like a glute bridge, and then we're gonna shoot those legs back and through, finishing a glute bridge and back. It's a little bit more dynamic than maybe like the face pulls and the banded pull aparts and the overhead scap work. So kind of take your time, feel it out, and see how this stuff goes. I mean, I think that it's gonna be a little bit touch and go for the first week or 2 until we can find some stuff that really is building the strength in there and balancing out your shoulder. If we can hopefully just work on moving the joint in natural paths with